CSI, biodegradable packaging for a more beautiful world. What do your ABCs and a flying trapeze have in common? Watch out, young men, there's a cougar on the loose. I'm Nicole Sherwin, welcome to Celebrity Soul, where we focus on how celebrities are making a difference in the world and inspiring others through their charity work. We're here at the beautiful couture house of Lloyd Klein, and today we're sitting down with Carolyn Hennesy, cougar of all cougars from Cougar Town and General Hospital. You are a woman of so many talents. You write books, you're an actress, you're an activist.
Trapeze artist.
Trapeze artist.
Well, let's check my hands on
I
it.
certainly will be checking that out in a minute. Tell us about your children's book.
The Pandora series?
Yes, please.
They are a series of books. I'm about to start writing book 6. It's a series of 7. And the target age is 8 to 13. And it's all about Pandora, who's a 13-year-old girl. It's a retelling of the classic Greek myth. And she has a big project due at school when the first book opens. She's had 3 months to work on it. She's procrastinated because of her curiosity. She's got nothing the day before. She goes home and by accident she finds a box that has all the evil in the world in it. And wouldn't that be cool to take to school?
So cool.
Yeah. So she does. Naturally, all hell breaks loose, and she's given a choice. She's hauled up to Mount Olympus, she and her family, and she has to stand in front of all the gods. And Zeus said, "Okay, Pandora, you knew you weren't supposed to touch the box, think about the box, look at the box, let alone take it to school, but you did, and now evil is loose in the world. So here's your choice: eternal torture and torment for you and your entire family, which would not be fun, or you have 6 months, and everything that got out of the box, you have to get back in the box." And she says, okay. She has the kind of gumption and guts and I guess responsibility that I don't know that I had when that most kids I don't think do. They want, it's like, especially in this day and age, if you can pass the buck, if you can blame somebody else, if you can absolve yourself of responsibility, good for you. And that's really not the way it works. And that's one of the reasons that I wrote the book. And so she says, yes, I will go on this quest. I will get everything back and or die trying. And so begins the adventures of Pandora.
So these books really help kids to take responsibility and for their actions.
It shows that when you take responsibility for them and you don't pass the buck and you say, you know what, I goofed up, let me make it right, sometimes you get to save the world.
And this really segued into your activism with charities and in literacy.
After having written, going to schools, speaking at schools, seeing these very hungry young faces, and realizing that there are 16 schools in my own backyard, which is Burbank, California. And I love traveling around the country, but seeing these kids and watching what is happening to the library system within the Burbank School District, I make my blood run cold. So I'm in the process of setting up a foundation and really pushing for librarians. Their budget has been cut. New books, budget has been cut. Internet access and programs on the internet to help these kids, because it's, the days of going to an Encyclopedia Britannica are kind of fast, the days of the dinosaur.
Right.
Now everything's online, and I want these kids to have access, research. So I am in the process of forming a 501c3 corporation. I'm going to call it my own backyard, because I want to start it on a very local, grassroots level and get money for books, money for library volunteers, money for library tutors. Anyone who wants to volunteer, please.
Exactly.
Call me. Librarians, internet programs, because these kids, so much of learning these days is research, and the days of checking out a Encyclopedia Britannica
Doesn't
are
happen.
gone.
It doesn't happen.
Are gone. But I want them to then have access to the Encyclopedia Britannica on the internet.
How do our viewers find out how to get more information for your new organization?
Right now, my website is www.carolynhennessy.com. You can also go onto the Pandy Inc., PANDYINC.com website.
If you could go back in time as yourself to when you were a child, what advice would you give yourself?
I'd say step up to the plate, take responsibility, starting even earlier than I trained myself to. Because when all is said and done at the end of the day, if we do not have our word, if we do not have our character, if we are not focused in building our character, we got nothing.
And that's really what your books are about.
That's what it's all about. You can have the best body in the world, you can have the more money in the world, you can have whatever, big cars. If you do not have a quality of character, it just ain't worth
in
it.
complete agreement with that. Celebrity Soul at Lloyd Klein, brought to you by CSI, biodegradable packaging for a more beautiful world.